Good morning. Happy Tuesday, friends. So, today I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about secret real estate agents and deciding if you are one. So, if you are joining us on the Facebook group, please click the link to allow StreamYard access so we can see who we're talking to. Hi, Jane. Good morning. All right. So, one of the things that I notice a lot, being in the online world and talking to real estate agents and seeing them is I find it very interesting that most of the time I don't actually know if people are real estate agents. Um, and I have to assume that they are because of what we're discussing. But I wouldn't know any other way. So, for an outsider looking in on this person, they would have no idea, right? So, having conversations with real estate agents every day, one of the big things that I hear over and over real estate agents say is that they don't want to come off looking like they're begging for business or that they need it or be spammy and salesman-y, right? So, I think that really the only way that you come off that way is if you are that way, right? So, if you're a genuine person and you care and you're coming from a place of value, then that's really not an issue. Um, every single successful real estate agent knows that they need to be reaching people every day through these conversations and talking about real estate. And they're not willing to miss that opportunity and let people not realize that they're in real estate, right? They talk about it and they mention it and they say it and they have these conversations every day when appropriate, right? Oh, my hair's sticking up everywhere. So, what does that mean, guys? That doesn't mean like you're going, door knocking or you're harassing people in any way whatsoever. It's having genuine conversations. For example, if you're at Starbucks and you're wearing your name tag and they call you and somebody's like, "Oh, you're in real estate." You're like, "Oh, yeah." And then guess what they're going to say? "How's the real estate market?" Everybody asks, everybody cares, everybody really does want to know. You might be sick of it because you're tired of hearing it, and probably because 80% of your friends online are in real estate. So you see it all the time. But your average person does not, and they are really interested in it. And it affects them because why? Every single person needs a home, whether they're not planning on selling, whether they're renters, whether they're already homeowners, it doesn't matter. A house is very important. Everybody needs one. So everybody is always in the market to know what is going on, right? People are curious. So if you don't talk about it, a lot of times people may think that you are too busy for them. They might think that you're not doing it anymore, right? So if you don't have those conversations, you're setting yourself up where other people are having that conversation for you. So that means, like I said, that they're already coming to the conclusion that either you're just too busy, you don't care, you're stuck up, you're rude, you don't like them, right? So people are solving these problems already for you, and they're not allowing you to have that conversation already. So you need to take that step and you need to be providing that information. Now, if you are on social media and somebody stumbles across your profile, either let's say that they were recommended to you by someone else, right? And they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go look up Jess and, see what she's all about." And they click on my profile and it has nothing at all about where I work or what I do. They're probably going to be like, "Oh, well, maybe she isn't in real estate anymore," right? So they're probably going to move on and find somebody else. So I notice a lot on social media that people don't have their brokerage that they're associated with. They don't have that they're a real estate agent, a broker, a realtor, depending where you are, and your licenses and stuff. And it really kind of baffles me that people would want to be so secretive about it. We are a commission based business for the majority of us, right? So we get our business by people coming to us or us lead generating. So why wouldn't you want to do everything you possibly can to be out there and be top of mind, right? So I would love it if everybody would take time today or this week and go through their social media profiles. Make sure that you have your brokerage and what you do on there. Now, if you are very private and you keep your business and your personal stuff separately, that's fine, but you can still say where you work. Because guess what? I don't care who you are or where you are. If you're in real estate, you're a public profile. You can't just fall off the face of the earth and pretend that you don't exist and hide your life from everybody, right? Or nobody's going to find you. It's really honestly like the silliest thing ever. I mean, you're going to have a Zillow profile, you're going to have a realtor.com profile. You're everywhere. It's a public information. So why try and hide it? Be there, be that source, be there for everybody to help them, right? So when you're, at the Starbucks again, let's, talk about this and stuff. So say, you are just standing next to somebody waiting for your cup of coffee. You can have a conversation with somebody and have that meaningful conversation everywhere you go. And a lot of people talk about the Ford conversation, the conversation starter, right? Which is family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Okay. So anytime that you start having a conversation with somebody, you can go right and be like, oh, are you headed to work today? Oh, what do you do? When you have these conversations, once people start talking about themselves, their next reaction is to ask you about yourself and what you do, right? Guess what? You didn't sound salesman-y. You didn't come off spewing real estate, but they came on and they asked you about what you're doing, right? So that's how it is. You just have a genuine conversation with people. And that's how you network. That's how you grow your business. And you're lead generating every day the same way, right? So we've talked about it before, but I have my Jeep is wrapped with my brokerage name, my information, everything. So when I go places, I get compliments on it all the time. And then people are always like, oh, how's the real estate market? Oh, is it really busy? Are you staying on top of things? What's going on? Like it's a conversation starter. Okay. So I'm not saying everybody should run out and get their vehicle wrapped. Okay. I know that's not, feasible or people don't want to do that. But a simple way around that would just be to wear your name tag. It's the simplest thing ever and it works so easily. Everywhere you go, you're pretty much going to be standing in line somewhere when you're checking out, right? Walmart, Target, the grocery store, to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, the sub shop, wherever it is, you're going to be standing in line and people are going to see that. Now, I have heard something that I thought was really a great idea, but I have heard of real estate agents wearing their name tags upside down. And to do that is because other people will be like, oh, your name tag's upside down. And then it's starting a conversation, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, it sure is. And then they're going to just start talking to you. And it's really kind of funny because it just breaks the ice, right? And you're able to have that conversation and just start like, hey, where are you headed today? What you up to? And they're going to ask you the same thing too. And it's amazing when it takes that that stigma that people have or we have on ourselves about being salesman-y and making it uncomfortable. You don't want to sound pushy or you don't want to sound desperate that you need their business. But the reality is that you need to be out there and persistent, be there for people and provide value, right? This whole secret agent thing is just silly, y'all. It really is. Every single day you're surrounded by opportunities and we just really need to start taking them. Every day we need to start taking them. When it comes to social media, this is another thing too, is I feel like a lot of people really lack being on social media, being present, and reminding people that they're in real estate. I have the hiccups. But people get so caught up in what other people think of themselves with their imposter syndrome, right? That their insecurities shine brighter than their value that they're providing others, okay? So people want to know that you're in real estate, that you're doing it, that you enjoy it, and that you're there for them. Provide that value. People love to see real estate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they even plan on buying a home or selling a home. They love looking at it. So with that being said, they love looking at the houses. So share them, share the new listings, share your new listings, share somebody from your brokerage, share all the listings, every Monday, whatever you want to do, but share them, be in there. So Jane says confidence comes from telling people, and then they ask you questions and tell others about you. Exactly. Confidence comes from having those conversations over and over again. They don't just happen instantly, but the more conversations that you have, the more comfortable you're going to feel in having those conversations or starting them to begin with, right? So the more you talk to people, the easier it gets. And it's so much different than going door knocking. You're not having that pressure. You're already have something to talk about, and it can be very casual. In line at TJ Maxx, you're just waiting for the cashier and you have your name tag on, and you're just, they're, oh, are you, headed to a closing? Oh, you're headed to show houses. They're really interested in what you do. And for people who are not in real estate, they are completely like wanderlusted about the whole thing. They think it's such like a fun, glamorous. They think that it's so exciting to be able to just go and look at all these houses and stuff all the time. Obviously, they don't know all the stuff that goes behind the scenes to it, but for them, like, they are genuinely interested and curious about the whole thing. So just share. They're so excited to be a part of whatever you want to share with them. When you show up on social media, when you show up in all of these places, people will get to see a side of you as what? Providing value to the community with your knowledge on the updated markets, to share a little bit of your personal side, throw that all up in there, and then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she seems like she is just so down to earth. I want to work with her. I can tell that she's a good person, or he is, and that they will have my best interest at heart, walking us through buying a home, right? So showing a good balance of all of that stuff is really helpful there to network and lead generate. Now, last week we talked a lot about the market shifting, right? And newer agents and experienced agents who haven't had to do a lot of lead generating over the last 2 years are going to be in that rude awakening, in the next few months, in the next couple of years, possibly. And this is a great way to lead generate without actually lead generating, right? You can go out into town and run your errands. You can post on social media and you're lead generating. Like, seriously, guys, this stuff is so easy once you start doing it. You won't even notice you're doing it. The name tag thing is so easy. Just wear it when you go to the grocery store, when you go get your car washed, when you take your dog to go get groomed, right? You would be surprised how many people start a conversation with you and you didn't even have to do it. It's mind-boggling, really, but people really do want to reach out and talk to you, right? It's so easy. And then, like Jane says, that confidence is going to start to come. And then, you can be like, hey, yeah, like, if you ever want to, get together and have coffee, or, talk about your home or your neighborhood, here's my card. And then, just be very casual. There's nothing salesy. There's nothing sleazy about any of that, right? It's literally you being a good person and providing value to others. I know that it's shocking in the world that we live in, where people think that, somebody always wants something, but that's really not always the case. I mean, yes, we, want to grow our business and stuff, but how do you grow your business when you're commission based? You're constantly networking and growing your sphere. Your sphere are people that are going to be there forever, for a long time, right? They're going to be the ones that go to bat for you all the time. They're going to recommend you. They're going to send referrals to you. And in doing that is just being a genuine, caring person who is out there having conversations, staying up to date on the market, and providing value. So this is a really good thing for you guys to start doing right now before the market shifts and there's such a lull coming in there. Now, I know some of you guys in the bigger cities and stuff are really starting to see this shift happening a little bit faster, but give it a shot. I'm really interested to see, what you guys have to say. Try out the name tag thing a little bit. Try out, instead of going through the drive-through at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, try waiting in line inside and having some, real genuine conversations with people. And see how that works out instead of, sitting at your desk and, calling your database and stuff. I would be really interested to see it, and have you guys report back to your results on all of that. I think you will be really surprised in the genuine conversations that you'll have and friendships that will be made, or even networking with other businesses, right? I mean, because how many times do we run into people out in the community that are other business leaders that we can network with in a completely different way than, even expected. Every single person out there is part of the community that works there, right? So other, real estate agents, insurance agents, um, attorneys, the possibilities are endless, but they're everywhere and they're participating in the community and stuff too. So having those genuine conversations with people will go really, really far. Um, and I know that, over the last 2 years, like we've said, is just, sitting back and everybody's just been coming to us a little bit easier. It's really going to start to change. And I really hope that, you guys see that this change that's coming doesn't have to be scary, though, if you start to do the things right now. Oh, yeah, maybe post up a coffee shop. Yes, with a loan officer. That is such a great idea. Years ago, they used to say to go, bring your computer and sit down at the coffee shop. And, they would have little signs, real estate agents would be like, I'm here to answer, any of your real estate questions and stuff. And it worked really good and it was fun. It was fun to be a part of the community and not, sitting up, on your pedestal and stuff. And another great thing too is to just go into coffee shops, donut places and stuff and, buy people a cup of coffee, right? And it's really just, doing the smaller things make a big, big impact in the world. It's really interesting though, because people think that they have to do these big, gigantic things, the big client events, or they have to pay for all these lead services and stuff. But the reality is just getting out there and being friendly and being a part of your community is a huge impact in making yourself be that local celebrity, making yourself not be a secret agent, making sure that people are, know who you are. So they say, I bought a sticker that says, want to buy or sell a house for the back of my laptop. Yes. So yeah, these used to be, I used to have one for the back of my phone that said, want to buy or sell real estate. But yeah, the laptop one is really good. Like I said, people used to have those on their computers, or a sign that they would set out at the tables at the coffee shop and stuff. And it really does work. You can give away some free stuff, or if you set up a sign or something, say coffee on me, like, I mean, what is people going to do? They're going to have to come and talk to you, right? They're not just going to come and get coffee and bounce. I mean, maybe a couple of people will, but the majority are really going to be interested in have that conversation with you. So I think it's a great start. So we have lots of really fun ideas that you guys can get started. And I want y'all to post in the group this week and next week and let me know some feedback on if you tried it and what your results were. The name tags, going to, the shopping in your town, the restaurants, coffee shops, donut shops, and standing in line and talking to people, and also the upside down name tag, and also just wearing your name tag in general. But I'm super excited to hear about the results, and I am going to check in with you guys, and I'm going to make a poll, and I want to see what you guys have to say. So that's it for today. I'm super excited for you guys. I think this will be a great lead generation tool. So stop being a secret agent. And also, one of the tasks that I want you guys to do too is to check your social media profiles and make sure you have your brokerage on there. Make sure it says that you're in real estate somewhere, somehow. Okay. All right. I will see you guys next Tuesday. I hope you have a great, fantastic, super sparkly week.